What? What is this? The Pope needs seatbelts? Where the hell are we going?
And J-Lo is dating somebody who is half her age, and I don't really get why everyone cares.
Welcome once again to Culture Clash, brought to you by the marvelous people over at Athens Motors. I'm Waukegan Road in Morton Grove. I'm Chet Kopic, along with the delightful
Catherine Saxon.
All right, I guess Conrad Murray gets the leadoff spot.
Yes, he was sentenced to the maximum 4 years. He'll probably serve 2 years due to overcrowding in California's jail. So I saw this coming. I think that he should have gotten the maximum sentence. You said that the Jackson family is asking for $100 million in compensation.
Yeah. Conrad Murray will forever be the poster child for a starstruck individual who wound up with somebody who could afford all the excesses he wanted. Conrad Murray will come out of the joint after 2 years. He'll make the talk show circuit. He may even wind up with his own show. Trust me.
I hope not.
Perverted.
I hope
Our
not.
society is so weirded out at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if Conrad Murray,
This guy's getting death threats right now. I don't know if people really want him to have his own television show.
California prisons right now are so overcrowded. You do a good day, you get 1 day off.
Lindsay Lohan serving 5 hours. I mean,
5 hours. Lindsay Lohan served 15 minutes.
Yes. It was actually 5 hours. But, 2 years, it's unfortunate that it's due to overcrowding that he's not going to actually serve the full sentence. But I'm afraid for the guy for when he gets out due to all the death threats. And I feel like he's going to have to go into some sort of protection plan.
I would worry more right now about O.J. Simpson being in the joint in Nevada, because I hear talk all the time that Simpson is getting his head bashed in. Anyway, we move on.
Moving forward, Pope Benedict is being sued for allegedly not wearing his seatbelt. This is from a citizen who says that he needs to follow the same rules as every other individual. I don't know if this is somebody in the Occupy Wall Street movement or just somebody else who really needs to get a life. But to sue the Pope over this for the guy not wearing a seatbelt,
I mean, you got to admit one thing. The idea of the
Pope, who cares?
The idea of the Pope over in Rome going to driving school 3 times to get his license back so he can operate the Pope-mobile is one of the great thoughts we've ever had on this show.
Yes.
Again, between Conrad Murray and Michael Jackson and the Pope and the Pope-mobile, no wonder people in third world countries think we're screwed up.
Yes, this is true. Can we talk about Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah,
He's being sued for sex trafficking, which is great. What is a legendary linebacker doing getting involved in something like this?
Legendary linebacker Lawrence Taylor has been spoon-fed ever since it was determined at about the age of 11 that he could play football. The New York Giants bailed him out, gosh only knows how many times. He's had repeated offenses with drugs, etc., etc. Mark my words, by the time Lawrence Taylor dies at the ripe old age of about 82, he will have had probably 18 to 20 offenses on his scorecard. How much hard time will he have done? Maybe a year and a half. Lawrence Taylor is...
You don't think that this is going to be the
No.
final straw? He's had other offenses.
Somehow with Lawrence Taylor, things always get taken care of. It's kind of like being an alderman in Chicago. No matter what you do, somehow things get taken care of.
Okay, well, I hope he's made an example of. I don't understand why athletes think that they can, push the system to the point where you can get away with sex trafficking.
Well, what's really pathetic is this, people will show up.
You're a public figure.
Lawrence Taylor right now could show up in Chicago for an autograph show over at the Donald Stevens Convention Center and charge $75 to autograph a football jersey, and people will stand in line for 2 hours to get Lawrence Taylor's autograph.
Because he's a legend.
You know what? Maybe Lawrence Taylor isn't the bum. Maybe we're the bums.
Okay. Maybe not us two particularly, but everyone else.
So far, we don't like Conrad Murray, the Pope-mobile, or Lawrence Taylor, if you're scoring at home.
Okay, so craisins, moving on to what better else than craisins?
I don't even know what craisins are.
I think it's dried cranberries, is that right? Yeah? I think so. So they're being recalled because there were metal parts
By the way, Corey, Old Spice called, you got the deal.
Metal parts were found in bags of craisins. Again, really nice. I actually think that this could be
Underneath
great.
the Pope-mobile, as a matter of fact,
Yes.
being administered by Comrade Murray.
I'm wondering if this is a good thing for the families who found metal parts in the bags that they purchased, because maybe this could be a lawsuit and they make, a few million bucks out of this.
That's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
Just what the world needs is a few more lawsuits.
How did that happen? I mean, where's this company?
I don't know. How have the Cubs gone 103 years without winning a World Series?
Okay, that's a completely
Some
different
things
issue.
just happen.
Okay. There's a social worker in Iowa that just removed an 8-year-old boy for being 200 pounds. 8 years old, 200 pounds. Family services are calling this medical neglect, and they put the kid into foster care until they reevaluate, his parental supervision. So if
What parental supervision?
I have to say that if my kid were 200 pounds at 8 years old, I would understand that being called some sort of medical neglect. Although kids today,
It might be a glandular problem. Maybe he's never seen a doctor.
no, that's not the case. But throw the kid into foster care, let's really screw the kid up. I don't know if that's actually. I know that that's not the best way to handle the situation.
No, it's very simple. You ever go into a Bulls game?
Yes.
You ever seen the Matadors? Those big human fat grams who have
Where are you going with this?
zip codes on their stomachs,
Okay.
who dance during the second half.
Yes.
The kid's got a great career already carved out as a Matador. That is his destination. He will be a Matador
Okay.
if he lives to see the age of 15.
That was so screwed up on so many different levels that I'm not even
No more screwed up than Comrade Murray.
going to acknowledge it.
No more screwed up than the freaking Pope-mobile.
Or Lawrence Taylor, which is somebody who is actually really screwed up. Okay, can we talk about J-Lo for a second?
Yeah.
She's cozying up to
When
this.
do we get to Herman Cain? Because that's the fun part.
You know what? Well, we're going to save the best for last. She's cozying up to this 24-year-old whose name is Casper Smart.
Go
and
for
that
it, J-Lo.
Casper Smart, which I feel like that name was, if you're going to pick a
J-Lo, you're
stage
not that
name,
far
pick a
away
better
from
name than
menopause.
Casper
Go for
Smart.
it.
Look, I feel like if roles were reversed and if this was a man, for example, George Clooney dating his new girlfriend who is, in her early 30s, he's in his 50s, no one would care. But since it's a female dating a much younger man, everyone's talking about it. I more am concerned about why she can't keep a man, but then again, I'm single, so who am I to judge?
I don't care. I don't care.
Doesn't care.
It's J-Lo. She's a performer. She dated Puff Daddy. Who cares if she dates a 90-year-old or a 20-year-old? What's the big deal?
He's 24 years old. I mean, I guess I'm not in my 40s yet, so I don't understand the attraction, but at this point, I do think that that's too much of an age gap for me. Either way, and 24 years old, older than me or younger than me is weird.
When I was 59
At this point, it
years
would be
old, I had a
pedophilia,
one-year
but-
relationship with a 29-year-old woman.
And how old were you?
59.
Okay. I can see you doing something
And she was
like
very
that.
pretty.
I can imagine.
Wasn't the brightest babe in the world, but she was pretty.
Moving on to Ginger White. This is an Atlanta woman who has alleged that she has had a 13-year affair with no other than Herman Cain.
I got a contest right now. Find any broad in America who hasn't had a relationship with Herman Cain.
I mean, seriously, he's racking up some numbers. He's saying that this is people just trying to dig up stories because of his success and how well he's doing in the polls and during his campaign. He also just stated that he's sort of reassessing his strategy about moving forward. I don't know if that's a polite way of saying I'm going to be getting out, although he has reassessed his campaign before when he's lost some money in September, and I don't know. I feel like this is women, this is one after another who are making these sort of allegations, and I'm wondering their motive and why now. But a 13-year affair, does that bother you?
No, not at all. Here's what's interesting about Herman Cain. Two things to remember about Herman Cain. One, I saw him on the David Letterman show last week. Letterman tried to dig into him. He tried to spar with Herman Cain. Herman Cain was great. He is electable. He is electable. Right now, if you had a bona fide Republican frontrunner, if you knew that you could win with Gingrich, Romney is unelectable. Right now, in my opinion, if I'm Herman Cain, you know what? Let everything calm down. Stick around through Iowa. See what happens through Iowa. Then if you have a female backlash,
He's already had a female backlash, but I mean, the guy is nothing but pure entertainment, and I don't think we should give him any more credibility. But he's been
All right, right now, if Herman Cain ran against Barack Obama, who would you vote for?
Barack Obama.
Well, that makes three of us. Barack, you're home free.
On that note, I think that's all we have time
That's
for today.
game, set, and match. We thank you for joining us right here on Culture Clash. We thank our good friends over at Athens Motors. On Waukegan Road in Morton Grove, stop by Athens Motors. You are going to be surprised at the gorgeous array of automobiles you'll have the opportunity to select from. I'm Chet Kopic along with
Catherine Saxon.
Catch you next time around. So long, everybody.